Hey y'all, it's your girl Angel Queen. This is Angel Queen's Triumph. Well, I was supposed to go home yesterday, um, but once they found out that my health insurance is up and running, I was made to stay an extra day. Mind you, there's nothing wrong with me at this point. There's nothing wrong. They haven't given me any new medications. I'm taking all of the same medications I would have taken at home. Not one thing is new. Not One thing has been taken away has been like the Genumet for my kidneys because they said that they're doing okay so far. So I shouldn't even be here right now. But the lady case manager who was taking care of my insurance basically let the doctor at that time that had come in know that my insurance was up and running, and they suggested I stay another day. As you can see, it's 7, so it's almost time for me to order my breakfast. But after my breakfast, come around 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm going to hit up Miranda and tell her to come pick me up. And whether they release me or not on my own recognizance, I could care less. I can get my medications and so forth and all that if they decide that they're not going to do that in a timely manner today. Because I would like to leave if there's nothing wrong, and I don't want them using up my insurance funds because I've been given a certain amount that can be used for the month, and I don't want them using it up. And that's what they're kind of doing right now. So I'll probably explain that a little later, but I'm pretty sure you guys know how that works. You have a certain amount of um, visits and so forth, and emergencies and all that that you can go to that they'll pay for. But after that, then it starts to come out of your own pocket. And if they're going to use it up just because, because there's, like I said, there's nothing being tested on me. Um, all my medications are the exact same medications I take at home. Um, they said they just wanted to observe that everything was working fine, and everything has been working perfectly fine. And so after breakfast, I'm going to go home, and that'll be that. I might go pick up some groceries from the supermarket, but like I said, that'll be that. So I'm going to call now for my breakfast, and that won't arrive until close to 8 o'clock. And then after I'm finished eating, I'm going to call or text Miranda and let her know she can come get me. And whomever comes in here as my doctor, I'm going to let them know I'm willing and ready to leave. I don't want to be here by lunch. I want to be home by lunch. And lunch is served, if I'm not mistaken, 11 a.m. But it really comes at like 12. But you can order it at 11. So I'm trying to not be here by then. Alright, guys, I was just giving you a quick update as to how they operate when they know you have insurance and the difference between you not having insurance or them not thinking you have insurance, uh, and how they operate when they keep you longer to get more. I've already seen, no lie, between yesterday and today, I have already seen approximately 8 doctors, and I couldn't tell you the last 4 people's names. In fact, I couldn't probably even tell you the first 4 people, except for the ER's doctor downstairs. And the first one that actually stood and asked me several different things when she came in. But outside of that, I couldn't tell you who the other doctors are because they're so quick, fast in and out because they're just, racking up some money for themselves. Come in, put the stethoscope to my chest, 1, 2, boom, not really even listening. Touch my leg, not squeeze it, but just touch it, and, okay, everything seems fine, and they leave. Then someone else comes in. Oh, I'm such and such, such and such, blah, 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 blah. Same thing, take off the stethoscope. Oh, I know you came in for this reason, that, da, 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 da. How you feeling, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can go now. I can go now. But, yeah, so that's what's happening. But we all know that's how they do, because everybody has to get a little piece of the pie. I just don't want them using up my pie before I can, see my primary care physician and specialists. I don't want to use it all up on the fact that I had an emergency and the emergency has been already dissipated since last night, or even before last night. So I could have left in the afternoon. I could even have left in the evening, but because of this crap that they're pulling right now, so I'm going to say when I'm going, and I'm going after lunch, like I said, or before lunch. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll put this most likely with the other video um, later. But anyway, yeah, I'll be back home today. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Hello, my people. How are you? It is your girl, Angel Queen. This is Angel Queen's Triumph. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And so, we are going to be doing something much different. Much, much different. Okay? I am going to be cooking. I am going to be talking. Those are the different parts. But I also will be trying something new today. Let's make sure y'all get a good view of that. I hope I'm holding it steady enough. All right, so this is CBD Delta 8 Peach Haze, and it is Temple Wave something, something, something. And I don't have my glasses, so I won't be able to tell you the rest. Comes in this little tube with a cork on it. And, oh yeah, here's my little friend. I haven't even lit it yet. It's already pre-rolled. It's got a nice pull. So let's be trying that. And I've already had and this is Pink Paradise. You get 30 in here. Delta 9 T. This one is THC. Green Roots Company. Okay, you get 30 gummies. This was $35.99. For it comes in a beautiful box. I even have a little bag that it came in. It's a little small shop I found around over here because I was getting sick and tired of seeing the program Mood. I mean, not the program, but the commercial for Mood. You know, you can get it over through the mail and all that good stuff. All right, and so the jar looks like that. Now I'll tell you something. I've never had these, and if I did, I can't remember it quite so well because I already took one of these. That is the the directions for this. This is the Anyway. Oh, I didn't even show y'all what it looked like. You gotta push the top down, turn, open it. Look at that. Ain't those pretty? Yeah, boy. Yeah, I took one of these. I'm feeling pretty good. That's probably why I'm a little more flustered than usual. But I won't be taking another one because the guy at the store said that he took two, and so he was like, he didn't want to be that high. So I'm taking my cue. I bit half of it and then waited a little bit and ate the other half. And when it finally kicked in, it was smooth. It still is. It's smooth. It's relaxing. It's peaceful. And I'm loving my life right now. Hell, I'm loving the hell out of me right now. So, I also bought some wine, which I do not like the taste of. So I make, it's ghetto school now. I make Kool-Aid, black cherry flavored, sweeten it really good, like, you know how we do it. Sweeten it like we're supposed to sweeten it. Feel me? Put all that sugar up in there. 2, 3 cups, whatever. So anyway, when all was said and done, I already went through half that bottle. And so, as you can see, this is called Barefoot. Cabernet Sauvignon, I don't know how to say that. Rich and balanced. It's got the gold star, 2017 Denver International Wine Competition. And this is a blend, I think. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't really feeling. Okay, I lied. I said half the bottle. Well, it's down here, so it's a little more than half the bottle, isn't it? Okay, so anyway, I don't know what came over me to get it. It was only $6.90 something, $6.96, something like that. Listen, there's no shame in my game, okay? When I put my Kool-Aid black cherry up in there, it tastes good. It gets me right. You know, when I used to smoke with my exes, and it was only really two, but not really strong like that. But anyhow, when I used to do that, I would smoke like these little tiny joints with barely nothing in there, right? And the dudes I was smoking were always on some upset about how much I was smoking. If it gets me nice to where I want to be, why should it be a problem for anybody else? It's not your lungs. Your lungs is filled as much as you want to fill them. They are about to pop. Good for you. I don't want that feeling. I want a feeling of calm, peace, relaxation, you know. The meditation thing, I stopped doing that. I talk to God instead. It's not necessary for me to sit there and, talk to the universe and all that and disrespect God like that. So, yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm still his baby. He's still teaching me some things. I'm getting it though. I need to find peace within me. I always felt like I needed a man. That's what I used to say to myself. And you know what's so sad about that? Is because I used to say it constantly. Like, I used to tell females, yeah, like, I don't mess around with my man, which I didn't, ever, never. And I always wanted to be a housewife and have babies and take care of all the babies and clean up the house and make it nice and special and then my man come home, my husband come home, whichever one he is at that time, fiance, whatever, but come home and play with the kids a little bit and maybe give the baby, the newborn one that we have, a bath and that kind of thing. Like that's how my life, it was on some fairy tale shit for it. It really was. It was on some fairy tale shit, but then I actually see people have it. And that's what makes me upset. Like, I'm not mad anymore. Do what you do, handle your business, enjoy. I don't care. Eventually I always go on. It hurts. I'm not lying. I'm not lying about that. It hurts. Of course it hurts. I'm human. The fuck? It's supposed to damn hurt. When my baby turns his back on me like that. I suck everything up because I don't like to let them see me in no kind of state. So that, oh yeah, we got her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may come across this someday and find out the truth. But you see me today, I have not had a boyfriend in almost 5 years now. Because that wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for me to jump right back on the bandwagon. Feel me? Like I just got out of one of the worst relationships, and I suffered so badly that I would have had to be dumb, in a whole nother world, like dumb, infatuated with this dude, or you know, like I would have had to been that in order to stay in a situation like that. Like, are you kidding me? And he just wasn't that guy. I thought he was that guy. I thought he was going to be the person I spend the rest of my life with. But he had other plans, and when I found out what he was, so did I. But it wasn't going to be easy, especially because my son is involved. I'd really like to see him. He turned 21. But hey, I'll save that for another time. So as you guys can see, I'm just chopping up these red onions. And the reason why I'm doing this like this now is because my eyes was mad dry, dry from that edible. For real, for real. I'm not even trying to hold you. Like it was really on another level. So the fact that ooh, no, we won't be using that for this. Yeah, I needed this moisture. I needed this moisture for real. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so check this out. This is skinny now. Alright, so mommy kicked out my nephew. She had me call Greyhound, make a schedule. I mean, make a schedule a date, which was October 24th at what time? 2 o'clock. And this was the part that the narcissist that I was living with, my youngest son, this is where him and my mother have a lot in common. So check this out. So she decided, they're both Geminis if I didn't mention that. She decided to wait on the day and then tell him he's leaving, but not telling him where he's going. And no lie, that's exactly what she did. She said she woke up in the morning, told homeboy, pack up your bags. She said he didn't say a word. He looked dumbfounded and like lost. That's what she said. He looked like a lost little boy when she told him that. And then when she said to get the stuff out of the bathroom, she was like, after I told him that, like he just got quiet. Like he said nothing else. And the only thing he said at the time was when she said, get your bag, she said, huh? And that he asked her why she didn't tell him earlier. That's it. And when she said, well, I just wasn't thinking about it, I had a lot on my mind. That's it, you know. And she was just blunt with it. Mr. Raw, her cousin, come pick her up and him. All his bags is in the car. They start going down the street. He's sitting in the back seat, not saying a word. She said he was church mouse quiet back there. She said she thought he was thinking in his mind that maybe she found a man shelter. Couldn't have been more further from the truth. Alright, so that was the garlic. I don't chop up all of the garlic. Some of the cloves I leave like big, like that. And pretty much all of these are bigger. So I just will squish the big ones. That's it. And now I'm going to chop up the tomato, which I want to actually do on something because this is going to get juicy. Everything else was kind of okay. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to squish the garlic, but I'm about to pour this stuff as far as what I've taken care of thus far, so that I have a little more room. And I actually think I'm going to do the scallion next, which is the smart thing to do because all the juices from the tomato, if I was going to leave it on here, would have been like soaked into everything. Not that it would have hurt it, but I don't want to cook the tomato right. Not yet. So anyway, I brought a green bowl. I'll be working with that in a few seconds. Chop it over here and throw it in that green bowl because I also don't want it in here with the scallion and the onions. Now, mind you, by the way, guys, these scallions, I bought those, I would say about a month and a half ago. What basically I do is after I open them up and use some of them, I take a wet paper towel, a couple of wet paper towels, double them up, and I wrap them around the roots down at the bottom and everything. So when the old ones went bad, these babies were already growing. You can see how pale they are, and you can see them branching off. I have one that's really good because, oh yeah, it has a baby coming up down here. You see? So they basically grow right in the fridge while the rest of them, oh, this one too, this one had a baby too. Got a little baby coming up. All right, so anyway, yeah. So if you wrap the wet paper towels, a couple of paper towels, around the bottom, put them in the fridge, in the crisper, and leave them. You'll be all right. You'll have more scallion. That's all. And I think that's what you want. Not just take off anything that I feel may not feel right to me. You figure deal me. Alright. So yeah. So she says by the time he realized where he was going, she was like, we went over and got the tickets, stayed there. She said he got out the car, smoked a cigarette, got back in the car. I gotta rinse these off. Sorry, I forgot. Hold on. Alright, so now they're rinsed off. But yeah, alright, so let's get back to the story now. So she gets him there, go grab the tickets, stay there waiting with him, and then came back home. Like nothing ever happened. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? She's now feeling physically better. She's drinking her cachava that I had recommended for her to get. And what else? Her stress level is way down. She's not having to go back to the emergency room, although the situation reoccurred when my nephew was still there in the house. And you wouldn't believe this, guys, when I tell you. He wasn't working, and he wasn't helping her with shit. When I say he wasn't helping her with shit, even the shit he fucked up, he wasn't helping her with. It was just a whatever situation for them. I'm like, who does that? Like, who comes up into somebody else's house and it's their grandmother who's been taking care of them, who wiped his dirty ass when he was a baby, and because you're 40 years old, you think you can stand up and tell her for no reason whatsoever because she treated you like a little freaking prince. Excuse me. Um, that's not from the bottle. That's not from the smoke either because I haven't lit that. That is from just my throat is so damn dry, and I'm trying to tell this story. So give me just a second to take a sip of my lemonade. This is only lemonade in here. I didn't put any other drink because I didn't drink any of that today, or at least not this afternoon or any other time since it was last night, and that was that. So anywho, I prefer the tomatoes to be firm, like so, and there's a reason for that. It has juices still. Juices are right inside the seeds. I mean, right inside there, the little compartments with their seeds. Um, but I don't like it to be soupy with tomato juice, you know. So when you get them kind of mushy, or even a little less firm than what I have here, you kind of end up with that. But if that's what you want, because you know it's gonna cook down, that's the thing, you know. It's not like you're gonna be eating it straight like how this is. You know, it's gonna get cooked down. So I just you see? And they don't have to be too thin. You know, I think this is the thinnest one. Now this one, this is the thinnest one I did, but they don't have to be too thin. They can be whatever. Okay, so it depends on how you want your texture to be when you eat it. That's how I feel. Because I stopped listening to recipes all the way through and through and following them 100% because number one, this is penne alla vodka, and I'm not putting any vodka. So that also is part of it. I'm doing it my way, the way I was shown how to do it. It was a little bit different by my husband. I ain't even gonna get started on him at all. Okay, so yeah, so that's the skinny with mom and nephew. Haven't heard from him since he's been gone, but now mom knows she needs me more than ever, and because of that, I guess now I'm the golden child. You know how that works? Like the new best friend, to everything. So that is what it is. I'm not knocking the hustle of how life works. I'll just tell you this. I'll just tell y'all this. I was whispering a little bit, talking under my breath, because that's how I do sometimes. Um, but I apologize for that if you didn't hear what I was saying completely. I was saying that like I'm cool with what how she's dealing with me now. I'm cool. I'm good. Because she's realizing like it doesn't matter though. And I don't think she understands that when it comes down to me. Finally, that light decided to flick its behind on. Yeah, I don't think she understands that when it comes to me. I'm not the rest of my siblings. You know, I have narcissism in me. Don't get it twisted. I couldn't be raised by two narcissists and not be narcissistic in some kind of way. You know, I'm just also an empath and an introvert. So, and a Libra, and you know, if I did want to believe in the stars aligning in a certain kind of way, you know what? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got another. That took a long time to cut just one tomato, didn't it? Maybe I'm talking too much. Anyways, I'm still gonna continue to do just that though. Now let's see how we're gonna do this. You can tell I'm high, right? Because this is some really crazy shit that I'm trying to pull off right now. For no other reason than to pick it up and put it on in this bowl would have probably been a whole lot easier. But nah, we're about living our life and going the extra mile. All right, so now let's get to this second one, and we'll be ready to throw everything together. All right, so yeah, but you can't stop an empath if they're a natural empath, and an introvert if they're a natural, like it's in them introvert. Like you cannot stop them from being that way. Just like you couldn't stop a person really truly. Um, you can make them pause. You can make them pause for thought, pause for revenge, pause for whatever reason that they're pausing. But you can make them pause, and in that amount of time that they took to pause, that's during that time is when they're like, you know what, I can do this by myself. It is what it is. I let go. I'm done. I'm tired. And you go about your business. It's not fast. Trust and believe that it's never fast. But you do it because you have no choice. You can either continue to kiss somebody's ass all day and get your feelings hurt right behind it and bow down and be submissive and get stepped over and onto your back and out the door to go meet homegirl wherever the hell she's at, or homeboy wherever the hell he's at. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I wish I would now. I wish I would. The only thing I ever said, and that was bad, I had to take it back, like all healing process. I had to take it back because I used to say, you know what, I wish he would fall back in love with me, beg me to come back to him just so I can turn him down and break his heart. But you know something? That's cruel. What? I can't believe in God thinking like that. What's wrong with me? The hell? No, I hope he has a wonderful life. I hope that woman makes him happy. Yes, I would have loved to have been with him until the ends of time and raise our son up the rest of the way and do all of that good stuff. I wanted to be with all the men I was ever involved with that produced a child. Those four men were important to me, like in a different kind of level, and each had a different level as well because some were a little faster in showing the devil and you know that they are, or and others were very good manipulators. And plus, on top of that, don't ever get it twisted, my stupidity of not paying attention to the red flags got me where I ended up. So I say that to say this. You know, you know, stop playing games. You know, yeah, it's hard to leave. Yeah, you're gonna cry. Yeah, you're not gonna want to eat. Yeah, you're gonna go through a whole bunch of emotions. And guess what? At the end of the day, you are going to one day wake up and say, you know what, the hell with that. And you're going to either go on, or you're going to be like, oh, I can't live with the abuser abusing me. I can't stand to be away from his hands hitting me. I can't stand, being away from him stealing out of my pocketbook and or my wallet. I can't stand, you know, being away from him never wanting to hold me because he was too busy at somebody else's house holding them. I gotta, I can't stand being away from that. I want him to keep doing me dirty. It's wonderful. Come on, man. We can all get real. We can all get real. Seriously, we can all get real. And as far as mommy goes, the new her, because of her situation now, um, I acknowledge it within my own mind and within myself because I know that's what it is. I'm all that's left, honestly. unless she gets a power of attorney, which she's not going to do, or she gets a different executor, which she's not going to do. So she's not going to want to go to a nursing home because she's afraid of people. She's not going to let somebody come in her house and take care of her. So she's stuck with me because everybody else is gone. Like, everybody's gone except for me and Mr. Rao. Me and Mr. Rao are the only two, and he's 80. He just turned 85 on the 4th of November. He's getting up there. Eye problems and stuff. He's not going to be driving forever. I told her she better get ready to get back on that bus. But anyhow, yeah, that's what it is. And I feel sorry for her sometimes, you know, because now that she knows, it's like she can't not be good to me because she knows what the outcome is, but she may be genuinely trying to be good to me, but I'm only seeing because I'm so cynical from the years of rottenness that now I'm like, when I look at her expressions, they don't mean anything to me. You know, like when she's trying to pretend to be sad, or she's shocked that I'm going through something, or those emotions are mimicking. And I told her about those too. I said, "You mimic me," and she was like, "What is that?" And I said, "That's when." And she asked, so that's how I know something might be. She might really want to know. But anyway, she asked me. But then again, she's that type like, nothing's wrong with me. Why are you saying that? What could be possibly wrong with me? I mean, it's two different things, so I wouldn't know. And her being a Gemini ain't making it easy. So anyhow, that situation is what it is at this point. You know, no hard feelings, nada. I love her though. Don't have any more choices, baby. I have no choice but to love mommy because if she is trying her damnedest to be better, even though she knows what's wrong with her, if she's going to listen to me now, it's kind of, if I want to be honest about the whole deal, it's kind of like I ended up getting exactly what I wanted, which was for her to start seeing and hearing me. So, same thing I had, like I said, same exact problem I had with my younger son's father, but then that just wasn't happening. If, as long as he was able to find supply, that was never going to happen. He was never going to change up. Not one of his ways. Not one of them. He was going to pretend to the end, honey. I can't knock his hustle. I cannot knock his hustle. Boo boo. That makes you happy? Do you? All right, y'all. So, you know, we got all the vegetables done, right? So, here we go. Olive oil. Any kind you want to saute the onions, the whole garlics, the scallion. Oh, I was supposed to crush at least 2 of these joints. So let me do that really fast while we're waiting for the oil to heat up a little. Matter of fact, let's leave them in the bowl first, actually. There's nowhere else to do that. I like this bowl because it's kind of rubbery and look, you see, like you can move it around and yeah, not like it stays, but I'm just saying it's very flexible and the inner keeps stuff really well. Oh, I'm really not going to be able to crush these big ones. I'm going to have to try the smaller ones or the medium size. Child, why don't we have a no kind of straight now? Okay, I got one. Hold up. I think I got the message. Let's try that again. Round 2. Fight. Let's do those. Yeah, there we go. Alright. There we got something popping. Yeah, but when I was younger, I was such a wuss. Oh my god. Even in my teenage years, I could cry at the drop of a hat. I didn't tell y'all that, did I? My parents, actually, my siblings too, used to make me cry for no reason. Just tell me cry, and it poured out like my soul was in agony, and they laughed about that. Now back then, it probably was something funny to see. We laugh at our babies doing all kind of crazy stuff that is not typical, but it scarred me. It scarred me along because there was so much other stuff that went along with it that was evidence. you know, that was pure evidence. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm the only one left. Go figure, huh? Go figure. Sister was in the military. My brothers, well, I don't know what the other one did. That 16, that was 16 with that Calvin. I don't know what he ended up doing or not doing. I just know when I found out where he was, he had a hell of a rap sheet. Child. But I mean, it was to be expected. I don't have, visions of grandeur. I don't have it for my own children either. If you make it, I love you. If you don't make it, I love you. If you half-ass it, I love you. If you, pretend and lie and scam and cheat and whatever else you do, I love you. Just wish y'all understood that. And I want you to, all I want is for you kids, my children, to get your shit together, man, and stop playing games out here. When I say get your shit together, I mean stop fucking around with people and getting hurt. Stop making stupid decisions and then going back and making that same decision again. We're in 2022. When I was younger, it wasn't like I had a mom telling me shit that was worth anything. It wasn't like I had a dad telling me shit that was worth anything. Shit, my siblings wasn't telling me nothing that was worth anything. So therefore, the difference between my children and why they can't use that excuse is because I try to tell them as much as I possibly can, even though they're all grown. It's up to them as adults be like, yo, mom's right. You know what I'm saying? She ain't said nothing wrong. She has my best interests at heart. She loves me to all to be damned. I mean, I watched this woman starve for me. Literally. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Don't play games like that. Don't play games like that. Ooh, that's already pretty. That's already pretty. I gotta let y'all see it. Hold up. Give me just a second. Let me unplug you. Okay, unplug you. Okay, there we go. Sorry for all that extra noise. Ooh, calm down, baby. Somebody said if you stick something in there, they're supposed to make it stop bubbling like it was gonna bubble over. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? And we got the tomatoes to add in there. I wish they had the rainbow paint at PENNE, but I didn't see it. They have the one that's mixed, I guess, vegetable type deal. I would have really liked to taste that with this here with the PENNE. Yeah. It's going to take a lot of time for these big garlics to melt down, and it's going to be made longer simply because I do not have I don't have what am I trying to say? Jesus Christ, what? What do I not have? It's going to take longer. Oh, covers, lids. I don't have lids to pots. There's no lids to these pots, and I think that one might have a little hole on it, but it's not for this pot, but I'll put it on there anyway. But no, and when I bought 2 new pots, which is that one you see on the back burner, and I have another little one. One I make my farina in, the other one I make my white rice in. Not like it could be made in the same pot, but sometimes when I was making spaghetti and soup, and I didn't have this pot, this size, or any other size in a regular pot. I only had frying pans mostly. So therefore, I was not able to cook both at the same time. I had to cook one at this time, one at that time. So what I've done is, since I don't have any chops, I could have done, I don't have to do ghetto everything, but I like some ghetto things. So this is the ghetto thing I do like. When in doubt, pull this out and make it into a lid. Of course, you don't need the whole damn thing. You kind of measure out the size, boom, boom. Give it a little extra because you know it's got to lay down over. And then put it back in the box like a jack in the box. Alright? And now what we do is we just take the side that's going to be over here like that, and just fold it under. Don't have to take it off. Just fold it under. All right, and the rest you lay on here. Now some water's dripping off of this, so I'll just let it simmer. I may have to add more olive oil to that, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's come back when we're ready to do some more. And it ain't gonna look like I've been anywhere. See you in a minute. Woo! Still cooking down. So I am going to take me a little bit of pop. Please join me, my friends. And trust me, when y'all see me, I've never smoked this kind of thing. Every time it was always bamboo paper or Bob Marley paper that I would sprinkle some tobacco from my cigarette in, and then sprinkle a like a pinch, a tiny pinch, sprinkled all the way around, and smoke that perfectly mellow. Mm, yep, and I ain't done this in a minute. Mm. Oh, yeah, you see that smoke coming out my mouth. Look like I'm faking it. Gotta do it like a cigar. Huh? I'm not really getting a lot of pull either. No, I'm not getting a lot of pull from it. So you know what? I think we're gonna have to do crush that out, boom, 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 and I'm going to have to roll it, re-roll it my way. Cause that ain't gonna do it, baby. I got a little something. That's enough. Cause it's not mixed with tobacco. So that's enough. Let me go check on the food. Don't want to burn anything. It is time to add the chicken. It is time, my friends. Seasoned chicken. See all those juices? Oh, I don't know if you see on this. Let's see, I threw in the tomatoes. Well, you guys should be able to see that. Look at that. Let's get some light back. There we go. How's that looking? Alright, so now let's stir in the chicken. And all of its delicious juices marinated. Yep. Let's give that a little move around. Now, there's a problem because with this particular stove, by the way, I added at least close to, I would say, a quarter cup of oil. So, if not a little, just a smidgen more than a quarter cup of oil. I added that because this pan is tilted. And it's tilted because the iron is not fitting into its slot bar. So, it tilts the parmesan. Chicken has been done, as you see. So yeah, now it's a little cooler because I put it on medium low just to do that. And now I can turn the heat back up to medium. And that's that. I already buttered, drained first. noodles and buttered them. So I put the last little bit of olive oil that was in that old jar in here as well. Now you have to remember, sometimes people will be like, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of this. That's a lot of that. I'm not eating it all at once. I'm not eating the whole pot. I'm taking portions out. So when it gets into your head to be like, that's a lot of, yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be a lot of flavor, a lot of deliciousness, and a lot of healthiness as well. So yeah, it's a whole lot of things. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to chillax. What you like to call that? Oh, I don't need the top light now. Oh, you know what? Let me do it. Y'all can see the finished product. Yeah. So, man, I was actually looking forward to my friend. Say hello to my little friend. You know what? Oh shit. Shouldn't have tapped it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yep. Amateur. I can smoke. I can hold my own when I smoke until I get a little paranoid, depending on how much I smoke. I just don't do it like this. It's not OD and potent either. I noticed that. Let me put it in this way. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to take any more gummy bears. My mouth is so dry. You know cotton mouth and how that works. But my mouth is starting to get so damn dry. And I'm over here trying to drink lemonade like that's going to help. When there's like that sour, pucker your lip thing. Anyways, guys, later on, after I'm done chillaxing, chilling, relaxing, lying back on the pillow watching whatever I'm do watch, um, I will get back to you guys at another time. 3:33. That is not. It can't be 3:33. It is. All right. Anyway, I'd like to say night night to y'all, even though it's only 3:33. Um, yeah, I've been seeing the double numbers, triple numbers. I mean, so yeah, it's like that. But oh, this will help with my dry throat, mouth. Anyways, yeah, when I find something to watch to eat when I eat my supper, I'll show you guys the whole finished deal. And yeah, then I'll say nighty night for the night. And see you guys later on. Okay? So talk to you later. Hasta la vista, babies. Hello, my people. It's your girl, Angel Queen. Thank you for tuning in to Angel Queen's Triumph. And as you can see, it's the 20th of November, Sunday. It is 9:44 a.m. Outside is looking gloomy. It's been raining. Sorry for all that sound. And I am having more penne. See how pretty that is? There's another still picture. But anyway, as I was saying, it is not so nice looking outside right now. Kind of rained a little bit. The more this stays in the fridge, the more flavorful it is. Yeah. But yeah. Everything always feel like it's stuck in my throat. Okay. The same one. The same exact one. hmm Go back to the other video. See when I bought that. Tell you, I don't be like overeating like that. And hmm hmm You see that? I don't OD like that. It's been helping. It keeps me calm. Still not really helping with sleep, but it does keep me calm. So I'll take what I can get. So I was gonna tell you guys about this in the other video, or possibly in another video you'll see. I'm not quite sure, but if I did not mention it, I'm mentioning it now. With this penne chicken, after everything's already cooked and you just have it simmering, maybe you've had it simmering already for about, let's say, 15 minutes. After you turn it off, leaving it on the same burner, put grated Parmesan cheese in with it. Mix it up and just leave it just like it is. You don't have to turn the oven back, the stove back on. And then when you're done and you're serving the plate, you can just sprinkle a little more Parmesan cheese on top. That's what you're seeing in there. Okay? And now, so I met this dude, not met him, but met him through Facebook dating. I did a new profile pictures you guys will see with the burgundy top. That was a not even thinking about it, spontaneous type of thing for me personally because you guys know you see me outside a billion times without any makeup on, nothing. But for whatever reason, Friday when I got up, although I was just going to go get coffee, that's all I was going to go get, coffee. Got out there, but before that, as I was in here getting dressed somehow, I just ended up getting dressed like that. hmm So those gummies are working. hmm I started writing poetry again. I couldn't tell you the last time I wrote a poem. I had to be in New York when I did, because I haven't written one since I've been out here. It's called Find Me. It's the rough draft, and I still have some more parts that I have to put to it. But it's the first draft. I got about that much done. So, and when I'm all said and done with putting it in here, then I will transfer it to my journal. I already got the page for it. I have been keeping track of my food intake since October 20, from the Alright, so it started on the 22nd, so on my youngest son's birthday, when he turned 21. That's when I really started going hard with putting down basically everything I ate, everything I did for the day, but writing it because I haven't written in my journal also since October 21st. So it kind of went from the one that I have on my laptop, it kind of went from that to going to the 22nd here and starting from there. So up to 20, October 21st is on the laptop of just like regular journaling. But then this one here is specifically for what I eat every day, what I do every day, um, not more on the story type, kind of pitch. So like I do with my journal. So it's yeah, still doing the journaling though. But I'm glad I found that dispensary. hmm So other than that, still waiting to see a primary care physician. Not gonna be the one that they have on the paperwork they gave me, but yeah, they gave me somebody else, and I have to wait for them to call to schedule an appointment. So hopefully it's next week sometime. Then I'm going to file for Medicaid again online and let them give it to me from December to from December to January. And for that month, when beginning in that month, I'm gonna have my prescriptions written and then take it to the pharmacy and get it filled and not have to pay any co-payment. So that's how I'm gonna do that. But I still need to see the primary care physician first. Y'all, this is so good. And it's very filling. Once I eat this, I really don't go for too much more of anything. It's that filling. Chunks of garlic in here. Garlic and tomato. hmm And if you do your ingredients right, season your meat properly, you shouldn't need to sprinkle any salt on it at all. hmm Y'all need to make sure you check out the description box so you can get the way to cook this. hmm I also love this because you could be eating it lukewarm, room temperature, or whatever, and it's still delicious. So it doesn't have to be piping hot. It can be if that's what you prefer, but it could be eaten cold too. Not cold, cold, but like room temperature cold, and still have flavor popping and still taste good. I prefer it warmed up, but I'm just saying you can eat it like that. hmm Yesterday, no, Friday, I went walking. When I got back, my legs were crazy swollen.
The same day I got all dressed up and cute and whatnot. I wasn't going on anywhere specific. I was just going to get coffee. But hmm the old lady swole right on up. Oh, excuse me. I think something just flew on my mouth. Pardon me. That's why you're not supposed to be talking with your mouth full or with food in your mouth at all. But I don't know what made me be so spontaneous. Well, I know what did. I was uninhibited because of the wine and that herbal meds, letting out that serotonin. hmm Talk myself into just being cute. hmm The only thing I didn't do was put on eyelashes. I sat in that mirror and did my eyebrows for like an hour and change, honey. The rest of it is easy, my lips and all that. But mm-mm. All that to come back, all that to come back to the crib and put on. I mean, and do just some pictures. I was out there, like I said, I think I said it for an hour. So that was all that work I put into doing my face and even straightening my hair with the hot comb again because of the way I wanted to wear the hat and all that. Putting my hair up all cute, so if I didn't wear the hat, I still would have been, it still would have looked nice. And all that after I did it, that's why I tell people all the time, I get dressed up for me. I get, I put on makeup and you know, make it makes me feel good to do it. And I know there's other people out there that like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing. I was doing that for me. And I used to just hate because I didn't feel comfortable doing that, getting dressed all the way up like that, even with the wigs and all that other stuff. I didn't feel comfortable. I always felt like I was going to be judged by my mother because that's just, her condescending kind of way. So, always had to be a butt in it. Oh, you look so cute, but you know what? Maybe you should wear that belt. But, you look so cute, but, why you got that so tight? Like, leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? Leave me alone. I'm good. So, when I do all of that now, because it's too long. That's why I don't like to do it. It's too long to put on all that makeup. It's just that's why I can't do it every day. If I was an influencer in that specific genre and just made it all about that, outside of the talks and whatnot, I would. But it's like no, it's just so much work. And I'm like, you know what? And I try to stop at something, but then I'm like, I'm trying to make my face look proper. And then plus I'm trying to do the videos that way. Now when you get me on the downtime like this, of course there's no makeup on or nothing, and just chilling and doing whatever. But yeah, so when I did that, it was really just spontaneous and it was just for me. I didn't even look up to see if people were looking at me or anything. Too busy just, whatever, going to get the coffee, you know, want to get back, got a couple of snacks, whatever, wanted to get back and chill and watch my little programs and just maybe even talk to my new little friend. Well, let me see, not me say, really? What is that? Okay. That's not me saying he's actually a little. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. So that's not little. But um, really tossing me up in the air because I think he wants a mistress, and I'm not really about that life anymore. Because he kind of taught me that the whole conversation, all the conversations we were having up to that was really like just nice. He seemed like a cool person. I didn't judge him for anything that he was explaining to me about himself. But when I sent my little "Let's be friends" speech, I haven't heard from him all day, and I only spoke to him about 15 minutes yesterday. And the day before that, when we first met over Facebook dating, we spoke on the phone at night until the morning for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Our first conversation. So we talked about an array of topics and I had a very pleasant conversation simply because he was saying all the stuff that I'm doing now without me mentioning it. Not the stuff that I put on my page, but all the other things that I've mentioned now. So it's like, oh, okay, he's going through some things that I've already literally physically been through myself. And one major one was he said his son had just left out. His son turned 18 and just left out the house. So now he says he's an empty nester, 46 years old, Caucasian. But he says, his son's mother is pitting her son or their son against him. So I dealt with that, you know. Now he's saying, it's kind of strange with him being all by himself because he doesn't have his son with him now. So I'm like, that's something I can totally relate to. Stuff like that. But when I said I had to go get in the shower, to go to bed or whatever, not to go to bed, but just go in the shower or whatever I mentioned, which wasn't a big deal to me. That's when it started up where he was trying to make sure that I knew that he's impotent right now because he has incontinence. And I said, okay, trust me, I'm not really big on the whole sexual thing. I like intimacy, but in all the relationships I've ever been in, I've had sex. I've been effed. You know what I mean? Screwed, whatever. So it's like I wouldn't be missing anything with that. I've always wanted a physical connection that was beyond that. And I've also mostly ever wanted attention and affection and stuff like that and intimacy, but not just sex because I personally don't get anything out of it. Honestly, I don't. Like, so if there's no connection emotionally, things like that, then I really don't get any kind of gratification out of it whatsoever. Like, none. I think you guys catch my drift. I don't orgasm. So when I'm making love to somebody, it's for a whole nother reason. But I think men have to have that power of I'm doing this to you and I'm the only one who can make that happen. So it's fake. It's false. If I could avoid having physical sex with someone, I prefer to have a relationship like that. Not to say there won't be any kissing or holding hands or touching or anything like this. There will be all of that, and that's the intimacy. And of course, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. But because mom calls me cat, and she's making me laugh. That is good. We talked about spirituality. A lot of these things he brought up before I could even say anything about them. We talked about, you know, crime out there, crime on blacks, so forth and so on. You know, interracial dating. He said he never dated a black female before. I never was really in, in a serious committed relationship with a white man before. Not something that was gonna go on for like however long. Not that there were one night stands, but they just weren't like past a month, you know. So, but I think it's always been my preference since I was younger. But I went a whole different route, and maybe that's the reason why it didn't work out. And this time, I also pray for God to show me if a person is for me or not for me, if He sent them or if they got sent by someone else. And so, when things like basically He's not called me all day or texted me all day, He hasn't said a word to me since yesterday because I put that everything was going to be in a friend zone. God showed me. But I always get plenty of likes. And my problem is that they just like the pictures. You know what I mean? I prefer that they read my entire profile like I do for them. But if not everybody's the same, and the ones that do actually read the entire profile, they don't fit my criteria of what I'm looking for. So, and I'm not being picky because this guy that I was talking to, like I said, he suffers from incontinence. So I know there's no gonna be no certain kind of hanky panky. And the only other thing I have an issue with is I think he wants a mistress because that's what he called me towards our ending our first conversation after the 3 hours and 45 minutes of talking. Towards the end of that, he called me mistress. Um, told me that he deals diaper fetish and so I just like not that I'm not capable of being like that. I've done that in my life, but like the whole diaper changing diaper thing, that's not one of the ones that I would like simply because I'm all about smell goods. You know what I mean? So, so I did friend zone him quick fast, and who knows? Maybe I would have been over all that life, whatever. There's no problem with being friends with somebody, but when you're in a committed relationship, you have to help in a different kind of way. I'm not saying I'm not the person that can do something like that. I can, but I don't think I want to deal with something like that now. You know what I mean? Like I've worked on me so that I come to somebody completely already capable of doing whatever for myself, and then having my own and not needing them, but wanting them. You know. So, but back in New York, friend zone. Never work with anybody that got to know me. You automatically will always go into a relationship within a couple of weeks. So, mm-mm. I'm 49. That's not where I'm going with mine. Like I'm not. Trust me, this is cold and it's still delicious. And it's still delicious and it's cold for real because the fan is above me. noodles, and the windows are open. Mm-hmm. Could even be even colder. But yeah, so there was an Asian guy I was talking to before him, a Korean dude. Thank goodness he was letting him, his demons out straight from the gate, So it was like cool, cut him off. And that's another thing is because that's my flavor now. I'm going back to what I wanted to do back when I was in North Carolina. When I thought about who I would be going on dates with, I went towards white boys. So, not to say that I have a problem with my own race, because obviously not. I had children with these men who are of my own race, but for me now, like I don't want to deal with them anymore. And I'm not putting that off on all of these men because this other race or these other races I'm interested in are still doing the same crap. But at least they're showing me from the gate, or I'm seeing it more clearly and acting according. Hmm. So that is how that's going down. I asked God, is this who you sent for me or a temporary person? And he showed me. I was also enjoying the conversation. That's why I can sit on the phone and talk to him for almost 4 hours. But it's like we were able to talk about everything under the sun. No holds bar. Truth be told about everything easily. And for him to turn out to be that guy anyway. But what I said I would do, give him the benefit of the doubt, is that I would hit him up first because I'm the one who initiated us talking in the first place. But since then, I'm going to hit him up first, and if he responds back to me, I'll never speak to him again. Because then he'll be showing me that he could have hit me up like he said he was going to do. When he woke up, he would hit me up. And that was yesterday in the evening. So, nah, we're good here. If you answer me, we're good here. We're not going to go any further than that. That conversation, that fun conversation, enjoyable conversation we had before some around, but we'll be done. Because I'm not chasing any dudes. We're not gonna start like that. Where I'm over here already like, oh, well, I gotta call you all the time. You never want to call me, or I gotta start texting you first, or you don't text me all day because either you do have a hidden agenda, you have somebody already, you're just you know trying to wait and see, or try to get somebody to get in their pants. Because I also did mention video chatting, and I guess he doesn't want a video chat because there's got some people have things to hide. I didn't think he would because of the way he was talking so openly, but apparently, I have more than one Facebook page. I have a second Facebook. Excuse me. I have a second Facebook page on my laptop. In fact, if I was able to get into my other Facebook page, I have four altogether. So, like, come on. One is strictly family, the other one's strictly business. To draw people to my YouTube channel. Outside of that, I don't even go on it. Got so many confirmation, this, that, and the third. Every once in a blue moon, I hit it up, see who's on there. And since I switched my son, Bipa, to my phone again, I no longer have to use that Facebook page. So it just sits up there and it's just Like I said, people can go on there, they looking at stuff on it, and they can be turned on to my YouTube channel down the line. So that's basically what that's all about. Other than that, my family one is the one I'm mostly on. So anybody can have more than one page. He could be showing me a page of him just like all the quotes in the world. Like that's another thing because his page literally just has a lot of his Facebook page I'm talking about has just a lot of quotes. Now his messenger for or his dating Facebook app thingy that we're doing, dating site. Basically, that's where his pictures are. So that's what I looked at. But the profile looks like something you could throw together overnight because there's nobody on. You got like 100 and so friends or whatever. Like it's that kind of deal. So I'm like, yeah, okay, But the main real Facebook page or Twitter account or Instagram, excuse me, is a whole nother lavish ball game of how you really live in your life. And like, or I could be wrong about all of it. He hurt himself in a skiing injury. He's supposed to be a radio talk host. He says he's been all over the world talking on the radio. He has his van and stuff like this, and you know. But if we're not meant to be because God said so, then I know you don't want to be in the friend zone. You want to get laid, and that's not what my page says. That's not what my about me says. So I know he read it because he answered the questions, but I did have to ask him if he read it, and then it took him a while for him to answer me, which means he was reading it. But that got him to read it at least, and then he's answering the questions I asked. But outside of that, it's just like nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not thirsty enough to chase anybody. I'm more tired than a little bit. If I'm moving slow out there when I walk, what the hell makes you think I want to run after your ass? Like, like it's not that serious. Like, I'm not in that zone anymore. So it's all good. But yeah, that's what that situation is all about. So if we continue to talk or whatever, he did offer to take me out on a date, which I'm not going out on a dinner date. But he offered coffee first, so I would do that in the daytime. And if he still wanted to meet down the line, I would still even meet him. But as far as like, he would have to know seriously, dude, we're not gonna be anything but friends. Like, there's not gonna be any kind of physical contact in the beginning, simply just because you like my pictures or how I'm dressed or how I look with my makeup on and all this other stuff. Like, it's not about that life anymore. That's not what I'm looking for. Like, if that's where your mind is at, like, oh, I want to get her in the bed, even though you're looking at my profile and reading it and knowing she is showing that she's a genuine person and this is how she's living her life. All the activities she's interested in is actual physical proof that she has those things. But then you turn around out, and hit me up and act like you're gonna be that gentleman that I'm asking for, and turn around and be a jackass. So it's like whatever. But I'm not tripping on people like that. At this point, if I get to take a walk with somebody and just chit chat or whatever, I'm fine with that. If it doesn't happen again for the next 6 months, I'm fine with that too. Like I'm not trying to get myself involved in anybody drama or anything else. So that's the end of that. So I put everybody in the friend zone from the beginning. We're not kids. We're not teenagers. I don't care about how people. We're both grown, and they like to use that because it's like, oh, it's consensual because we're both grown. That we can just have sex for no freaking reason because we're both grown. That's not how that works for me. It has nothing to do with being first, being grown. It has to do with me having a connection with you. Like, that's got nothing to do with the freaking age. So I'm like, nah, no, you can't use the reverse psychology on me. I can't spot a narcissist a mile away. I'll cut you off in the middle of a sentence and you'll be completely blocked because you're being immature and you're stupid at your age. Like, I'm talking to people from the ages of like 40 and up to about like 50 something, like 52 or even more than that. But it's like, no, you're not gonna come at me. You're 36 years old and or 45 and still being in that mindset of I want to just hop in the bed with somebody I don't know for a can of paint. That's you. cool. I'm not knocking your hustle. Just stop hitting me up because if all you're gonna do is look at my pictures and jump back at me like, yo, when you gonna cook me dinner? Never. Because that's the first thing you just said out your mouth was when I was gonna do something for you. What was I gonna give you? Not when can I take you to dinner? Not that, but when are you gonna cook me? Like, you can kiss my ass. I ain't cooking you shit. You ain't my man, and you ain't my child. And unless I was working at the soup kitchen, that's the only time I would be serving somebody some food. Like, no, not unless if we took the steps and agreed upon and came into this saying we both worked on ourselves, we both have been healing for years, we've gotten to a place where we think we're ready to start dating again, and we're gonna go about it the right way. That's different. But telling me, oh, I don't want to be with nobody that's gonna break my heart anymore, and then somehow down the line after we do all this talking, all of a sudden now it's what color are your panties and or oh you get in the shower, I wish I was there to rub you down, like just dude, really now? Like, no, I'm good. Bye. You keep bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. Well, bye. Bye. I'm not about that life. I'm just not. And you're not going to guide me into anything I don't want to be doing. But that's what that is. I tell people all the time. I said a gentleman. Gentlemen don't talk about ladies' panties on our first conversation, or my panties specifically on our first conversation. So, if we're talking in general about everything, okay, I'm cool. But when you do something like where how he stepped up calling me mistress before getting off the phone when he was going in the shower was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm not trying to live that life. That's not me. That's not what I'm looking for. So yeah, so when a person don't call me back because I put them in the friend zone, who's to say I could have fell in love with them down the line? Who knew? Who knows what I would have been into down the line if I was like, you seem so cool and everything's been working out so wonderfully. But the moment you just on some, that's what your mind is about, and then you're doing some other sick stuff, I'm good. I'm good. So back to the drawing board, and trust me, when I go on there, I'm probably gonna have another 30 plus people that liked my page. So I'll be scrolling through those guys, taking a look to see who might be potential conversationalists. But after eating that, and plus I would need to turn off these lights because I do not like to burn lights in the daytime. But I wanted to do this video, and I wanted y'all to be able to see me at least a little bit. So that's why I did that. But outside of that, I want to shut these lights down. Find something to watch. I already just ate my, it's 10:23, so that was breakfast. Who knew, right? If you can have penne chicken a la vodka, and that's the only thing, like I said, that we did put in it was vodka. But yeah, so anytime you can have something like that, and for breakfast, would be good. And I know tonight I'll probably eat like some farina or something, cause I got the ingredients, everything I need to make me a nice, creamy, delicious bowl of farina. With all the proper. I'll show you all how I make it when I do. I love it, and I can make some toast to go with it. So that could be my dinner, and I'll end with that. Something more light on my stomach. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna stop here, and I may do um, another video tomorrow if I don't do the one tonight for with the farina, because it won't be the only time I'm making farina. So I don't have to hurry up and make it. But if I do make it tonight, you guys will be there for that. Okay? All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we will talk again soon. And hopefully I'll have much more good news to say. All right. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Check out my other videos, and let's talk about life and the pursuit of our happiness. All right. I'm your girl, Angel Queen. This has been Angel Queen's Triumph. Talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.